Metamorphos, first place local Cypher deck profile. That's really good. 3 alpha. This card's usually pretty bad after turn 1, but he can still do some pretty good work. He searches out everything in your deck except for himself, unfortunately. Gamma, he is your Effect Negator. He is, in my opinion, one of the better ones. He is really good for basically just what he is Effect Negation. Delta, if you're playing against Pendulums, this is one of your safe havens, because if you don't have this card, you pretty much automatically lose against Pendulums in most cases.
That's what I'm trying to say. Because right now, Yusenju is actually a good day.
Beta.
Like really good day. And if Chris wants to take it regionally,
Beta is really good because he stops your opponent from playing the game for a little while. He ends your battle phase and he negates your attacks and stuff like that. It's really good.
I have to go up the back row to even think to attack.
Card E, basically the only card that you're going to play on your turn, almost always. You summon this card, activate the effect, draw 2 cards, and then you basically just pass. Driver, I don't like playing this card all that much, but you have to until Invasion of Venom comes out, so.
He's like, I'm about to play you. Here, go play somebody.
Maxi, literally the best hand trap in the game right now.
That deck is actually scary.
PSY-Frames circuit basically just allows you to go into your synchro plays. It also does a lot of crazy shenanigans on your opponent's turn. So, Duality. Again, one of the few cards you're going to be playing on your turn. It's really good for searching. Psychic Path. Psychic Path is also going to be replaced with Pot of Avidity when it comes out, but this card is fine. It just let you pay 800 to add 2 of your PSY-Frames back to your hand to garner resources.
I would be. I don't care what deck I'm playing. I'm still scared.
Do you PSY-Frame Overload? Or Psychic Field Zone, excuse me. Psychic Field Zone basically lets you go into any synchro monster that's Psychic type that you want. It's really good for kind of taking back the board when you are behind. So, one more Geki.
They get a big board.
Cosmic Cyclone. This is like a random. This is a random tech that I decided to put in. It actually won me a few games actually. Moving on to the traps. 3 PSY-Frame Overload. It is one of the best traps ever created in the game ever.
What?
Not only do you get to banish your opponent's cards that are face down, it also replaces itself, so it's pretty good that way.
But it's free.
Exactly.
3 Lose Return. I was originally running Rivalry because of Monarchs, but now since that's not really a viable deck right now, Lose Return is the best bet because it switches your opponent's monsters to defense mode. There's a lot of blue eye stuff coming out.
That's why.
So
now you see why I don't.
Or out and about. So.
Like, and plus, if Chris wants to go to regionals, you say you want to take that deck.
Jar of Avarice. This is a random tech also. It makes sense because you have a lot of resources that you burn out on, and this card helps you garner those resources back. Solemn Warning.
Like, if
moving on to the extra deck.
You can still order them. If they don't get here, you can borrow those.
Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is for a specific reason, but it is a very good card nonetheless. The second effect is especially useful if you want to gain back some life points because it does search out the circuit once again. Black Rose, basically just one of your comeback mechanics. You play this on your turn, or on your opponent's turn, and then you blow up their board if you're behind. 1 Meteor Burst Dragon. This is really good against Cosmos and any back row heavy deck, which is there's actually quite a few right now. So this card's pretty good. Initially, this card would get over Slip Rider and stuff like that, and stop them from tagging out into their big ships. It's also very good for since it just blankets the field. It also makes your monsters invincible to back row too for that battle phase. 2 PSY-Frame Lord Zeta. This card is really good because it's basically just number 101. Except I think he's a lot better since he can recycle himself as well as another PSY-Frame once you send it to the graveyard. So. Clearwing? Clearwing is basically there to stop Monarchs in a lot of other decks. It's really good against Blue Eyes, actually. 1 Michael, you never make this card, but it's there when you need it, which is never. Stardust Spark Dragon, it's pretty good because it just lets you protect your other cards on the field that you want to stay, like your Roads or itself. Thought Ruler. Thought Ruler is really good because it allows you to just stop non-targeting removal. That's my favorite psychic monster. Scrap Dragon. Sky Dragon's pretty good because you could pop your own overloads for a card.
Whoa, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're man.
2 Sniper Lord Omega. This should be really self-explanatory why this card is here. It's the obvious reason why this card's $60 a card. Basically, what it does is it allows you to garner your resources back from Vanish Stone, as well as it allows you to steal cards from your opponent's hand for the turn. So it's pretty good. One Scarrite. Scarrite is pretty good when you want to just get rid of your opponent's back row. And Crystal Wing. This is really good in tandem with Ancient Fairy Dragon, because what you do is you summon Ancient Fairy Dragon on your turn, you activate its effect, do special summon a Cypher monster from your hand, and once you do that, you can basically just use Ancient Fairy Dragon to synchro summon with the Cypher in beta or alpha in your hand or on the field, and then you get to make clear Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. So it's pretty good. And the last card is over my archery. This card is really good. This card is actually not that hard to summon. People might be wondering why this is in here, but there are a lot of ways to summon this card. You can banish one, if you have a Psychic Field Zone, you can banish, and you have a banished Omega or Zeta in the grave. You have a 2 or a 1 also there. You can just put them back in the graveyard. Synchro summon this card in defense mode. You basically activate the effect to banish another monster on the field or in your graveyard, and once this card dies, you special summon as many ones as you summon, so it's pretty good in that aspect. Mostly 3300 and 3000 defense is really hard to get over these days, so it's pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much cuts it for right now. I didn't side deck at all during this event, so yeah.